Amanda Shalala, ABC Sport. What has this been like for you, watching everything unfold, the Matildas mania, the public getting behind it? What's it been like for you to see all of this?
I mean, we're obviously deeply entrenched into the tournament now, and we do keep a really tight circle, and I think we've been around a lot of, high-pressure situations before, so really it's amazing, and we love the support that all Australians are showing, and the love of football, and getting to show what the world game is in Australia, but we really are focused on the Matildas and, finishing the tournament in the same way that we've come into it.
Kira.
Lydia.
Cool.
And, your fellow goalkeeper in the team, Michael Garnold, had an incredible game on Saturday, both in the 120 minutes and then in the shootout. Watching that from the sidelines, what was going through your head, particularly when it went to penalties, and someone with all the experience you have, what have you been saying to her in terms of harnessing that momentum for the semi-final?
I think she's actually quite a natural penalty taker and stopper and being in goals during that. She always has been. You think of people's natural talents, and I think, you haven't really had to teach her anything when it comes to that. She's just really quite innate in that. But to see her step up and perform the way she did, I'm so proud of her. It's been a long road. A goalkeeper's journey is a long and lengthy one. You have to wait a long time, and then when you get your opportunity, it's seizing it by both hands. And, just the way that she's performed, and definitely in that game, it's really quite amazing to see, and I'm really happy for her.
Lydia, you mentioned about the goalkeeper's journey being a really long one. As Anne said at the start, you're the longest serving player. Can you just, through your eyes, just talk to us about what it's been like seeing how the support and the groundswell of support and the Matildas mania that's swept this country has just been growing and growing and growing since when you started to what it's like now?
Yeah, I think the main thing that's stayed consistent has obviously been a lot of ups and downs throughout the journey is the group of girls. We've gone through a lot together, both on the park and off the park, and I think you can kind of see that in the performance, just how close we are, and, coaches and different travel, and every kind of circumstance comes and goes, but the thing that's main consistent is the team. And that's really helped us, stay so solid during this, and even with a lot of the noise happening now, where we really are really supportive of each other and making sure that we are as close as we ever have been.
Is it possible to just comprehend though, the difference from what support for football was like in this country when you started to what you see in all these live sites around the country? Is that incredible support from your own personal eyes? That must be so incredible but strange at the same time to see how it's changed.
I think it's just amazing going and playing in different World Cups in Europe, where football has been long-standing and women's football has been really solid over there. And to see, so many, Australians witnessing just how big the game really is, and having it on our, back doorstep, and seeing that, it's really humbling and really exciting to know what the future's going to be of women's football.
Great. Jonathan.
Jonathan Tamil from the Philadelphia Inquirer in the United States, where you've spent a lot of time in your life, obviously, as you have in a lot of other places in the world. And for folks there and all kinds of places beyond these shores, how would you explain what this moment means for this team and for this country, and of course to be playing against England specifically on a stage this big with all that it entails?
Yeah, I think a lot of us have obviously stated that, Kathy Freeman was our idol growing up. That was the big stage of where a lot of us realise that we can represent our country, which I hope everyone's so proud of. And, the amount of people that experience Australia, we're so proud of what this country is, not just on a sporting stage, but globally. And to, play the sport that we love in the country that we love on the biggest stage is, I think, the most incredible thing. And it really means a lot to every single person in the team. I think we're just overwhelmed with, what it can do, but at the same time, we know how to shift our focus from being fully integrated in what we need to do in this next upcoming game, but also, the steps we have taken to get to where we are now.
Does the opponent make it a little special?
I think it's just another game. I think it's people that we know we play against. We have them in our team, but at the end of the day, it's always we know how to shift focus to representing and performing. And yeah, it's a significant game. Obviously, we're in the semi-final, but it's just another opponent for us.
Vince.
Liz, I think the fear that a lot of fans have is that after such a difficult game, physically and mentally against France, is that the team is cooked. What have you seen, heard, and felt around the camp that tells you that that's not the case?
Oh, I mean, we have the best medical staff that we can. I think we've said it time and time again. If it hasn't been for our medical team and the support staff, they make sure that everyone is fit, ready to go, do what they need to do. It's no coincidence that these medical people have been around us for 6-8 years, information passed down, so they know how each person ticks and what they need, and we're going to go into the next game as fit and ready as we can be.
You mentioned Cathy Freeman there, and you've spoken sort of so well about her in the past, her importance to you, and now you come to play this huge game in the stadium where she made such history. I mean, does that give you, does the memory of her and her give you great confidence, and do you take a lot from that, being in that arena where she did all that stuff?
I think with footballers especially, we always have, one more game and one more tournament to go, and I think everyone's really focused on the next game. We can always look back and say hindsight. I think the most touching moment was probably before this all started, when we actually got to meet Cathy and speak to her. And, really from all professional athletes, it is just focusing on the next step. And for us, this is just the next step. And, after this, then we can look back and kind of see how significant it was. But for now, we're all focused on the next round.
Got time for 4 more questions. We'll go and then Tom, over, and then Tracy. Thanks.
Lydia, England is one of, if not Australia's biggest sporting rivals. Maybe not so much in football, but has that been spoken about as like a dimension that could make this matchup a little spicier, or knowing that rivalry exists, does that put a bit more meaning to this match? Not that it needs any extra meaning.
I think it's just another game. I mean, I knew a few of us know a lot of people from the French team, so it's about playing, your friends and teammates or rivals in other clubs and other countries. I think every single athlete here is playing because they love their country and what this tournament means to them. So for us, it's like it almost makes it, you just know the players a little bit better because you play against them quite regularly. So in terms of rivalry, I think every game is that. It's just, knowing your opponents and what they're going to come out with a little bit, I guess, easier in a way.
Tom.
Lydia, the penalty shootout, there were a couple of points where it could have gone the other way when Mackenzie made a save or the player scored and they had to. The level of resilience, mental resilience in that is extraordinary. What does that tell you about the team's readiness to play in the biggest game that potentially this team's ever played?
I think it shows that everyone can step up at different points when they need to. Different parts throughout this tournament. Obviously Steph stepping up for, captaincy, the penalties, Mackenzie for the penalty shootout. Every single person has stepped up and represented the team when they needed the most. And I think that just shows the resilience and what the belief in each other and as a team we show. I think it's just something unmatched, and it's really exciting seeing that as we grow throughout the tournament. There's just so many people we can talk about that have been absolutely magnificent. So it's really quite extraordinary to see that, every single person is really important for the group.
You've played against Liz Rousseau, and they're the world champions. They're the European champions, so they're good across the park, but she is their star. You played against her. How good is she, and can she be nullified? Yeah,
I think a lot of teams have really great players. It's she's scoring both for club and country, and we have players that are doing that as well. So I think it's just another game. She's a good player, but we have really good players too. So it'd be reverse that, and we'd be speaking about some of our girls in their presser, I think.
Fantastic. We'll finish with Tracy.
Lydia, the conversation nationally has really changed because of the Matildas and what you stand for. And Tony Gustafson always talks about that you stand for more than football. Can you tell us in your words, what does the Matildas team stand for? And when it's all done and you look back, what do you hope the legacy of this group will be?
I think the group stands for just, you know, what's right and what we believe in. I think it's family. I think that's the main thing. I think we've said it a lot, is that the group is like family. The people that we bring in feel right a part of it, and is, you know, really getting integrated and feeling like this is a place that a lot of us do play away from home, and it is our home away from home. And it's, you know, showing that to the rest of the world, and, you know, just being really excited for football. So, yeah, I think, you know, the group really stands for family and showing that on the world stage. Legacy as well, yeah, we'd love to see, you know, kids going out there and kicking a ball in the street. You know, that's the main goal, is what we leave behind. But I think right now it's obviously all eyes on the next game. You know, when we're all a little bit older, then we'll have a wine somewhere and reminisce and watch throwback videos and stuff. But yeah, for now it's just going to be, you know, all focus on this next one.